Welcome to Airborne for Tuesday, July 24th from AirVenture 2018 at Whitman Regional Airport. I'm Laura Hudson. On our program for today, Able Flight empowers new pilots. The Stratos VLJ program offers up a progress report. And AEA's annual ADS-B giveaway is in full force. Those stories and more are coming up on this AirVenture 2018 special edition of Airborne Unlimited. We're simply in awe of Able Flight. If there is a more positively spirited program in all of aviation, we're hard-pressed to find it. Join ANN as we take a look at Able Flight's newest flock of flyers.
One of the things that I think a lot of people might not see immediately with Able Flight is how inspiring it is to go during the training and see the students working with their instructors. You have the highly motivated students. They're there for a special reason, obviously, to change their life. But you also have these wonderful young instructors who are donating their time and their energy to the program each year, and they actually vie for these positions. And to me, that's very heartening. I see people who are passionate about aviation, passionate about helping other people through aviation, and it shows in our program. As of today, we're around 65 people who've become licensed pilots through Able Flight, and some of those people have more than one certificate because a number of them have gone on for private. We've even had a few that have gotten instrument, and we've also awarded quite a few career training scholarships where people can get certification in certain fields so they can make a living through aviation. And in the future, you're going to see an increased emphasis on our career training program as well. I would love to say, and I can never say it enough, thank you to Purdue University and the Ohio State University for being our training partners. They do this at a really high level. They take it seriously. They support us in every way. It's an unusual thing that we brought to them, and they've responded in their usual way, which is with integrity and teaching people to the highest level. That's why our program's been so successful. It's because we've had partners like that.
The Stratos Aircraft Company came to AirVenture 2018 to announce some new developments to their single-engine jet program, including a kit version. ANN's Jim Campbell met with one of the Stratos test pilots to get the latest details.
Sean, opening day, Oshkosh 2018. Let's get right to the gusto of the situation here. What's new with Stratos?
Here at Stratos Aircraft, we just announced the new 716X. And this aircraft, we've been developing our prototype aircraft, the proof of concept, which was the 714, which could be considered a 4+2 cabin design. The 716 adds 31 inches to the cabin length, essentially adding an extra window into the cabin and makes it a true six-place aircraft. The 716 will be originally sold as a kit. The goal of Stratos Aircraft is always to end up with a certified product at the end of the day. And in our experience, we think that the best way to do that is to develop a kit line first to really work through some of the development of the aircraft. We've already selected kit number one, a customer for kit number one. He's very interested in he comes from a long line of experimental aircraft, Lancers, Epics. He's very interested in having a collaborative effort with Stratos to develop our first kit and the kit process. From there, can kind of think of it like taking applicants for the kit process, and we'll hand select people that are more into this experimental nature of the project that have experience with that to be able to build the first few kits, and we'll get airplanes out there flying and really work through the development on the aircraft.
ADS-B 2020 is right around the corner, and the Aircraft Electronics Association is doing its part to get people motivated to upgrade with this year's rendition of their annual ADS-B giveaway.
This week at EAA AirVenture Oshkosh, the AEA is giving away $1,000 to 5 different aircraft owners for an ADS-B compliant installation. We are less than 17 months away from the FAA's mandate, which takes effect January 1st of 2020. So if you're an aircraft owner or a pilot who is not installed with ADS-B out compliant equipment, you want to stop by Hangar B this week, booth number 2035, and register to win one of those 5 prizes. We will be drawing one winner each day, Monday through Friday, and we'll be announcing our winners this week on our social media outlets. One of the requirements is you do have to have your ADS-B installation done by an AEA member repair station, and it has to be done by August of next year. Also, while you're at AirVenture and Hangar B, stop by and see us because we'll be giving away this year's AEA Pilot's Guide. It's an annual publication and it was just released today. It has articles loaded with information about avionics technologies and other aviation related products and supplies. It's also got an AEA member repair station directory in the back of it. So you can request a free copy of the Pilot's Guide online while supplies last. If you go to aeapilotsguide.net, there's a link there for you to request a free copy. And you can also go to avionicsnews.net if you would like to be a free subscriber to our monthly publication, Avionics News Magazine. If you're in the United States, we will send that to you free of charge. So stop by and see us, register to win, and pick up some great publications.
After the break, Trig Avionics continues to show the GA world how to do compact avionics in a big way. You're watching Airborne Unlimited from Aero-TV.
The dream is real, a truly affordable personal jet aircraft. The Subsonics Personal Jet Kit is priced at only $42,000. Kit plus engine is still under $100K. Add instruments, upholstery, and paint and you're flying. It's time to put your money where your bucket list is. Learn more at SonicsAircraft.com.
Best tugs get you where you need to go. Our Alpha Bravo Echo Romeo and Heli electric aircraft tugs are designed to safely and powerfully get your aircraft into and out of your hangar easily and efficiently. Check us out at besttugs.com.
Free Flight Systems designs, manufactures, sells, and supports avionics systems that improve the safety, efficiency, and affordability of flying. For general aviation, the Ranger by Free Flight is a flexible, cost-effective suite of ADS-B solutions that can equip virtually any experimental, light sport, and certified piston engine aircraft. Size, weight, performance, and unmatched affordability make our Ranger systems ideal for all GA aircraft, providing both ADS-B compliance and enhanced in-flight situational awareness in a single-box solution. To learn more, visit us online at rangeravionics.com.
Welcome back to Airborne Unlimited, coming to you this week from EAA AirVenture 2018 in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. If you've seen something around Oshkosh that's really cool, let us know with the hashtag OSH18Cool on your social media posts. Trig Avionics is continuing to innovate with a number of popular boxes working the avionics landscape. A&N checks in with Trig to see what they're up to now, starting with the new TX56 and TX-57 Nav comms.
Big thing that we're talking about at this show is our new Navcom. It's a slimline, fits in a real small space. It has all of the features you'd expect of a full feature Navcom. It has, VOR and ILS receiver, comm transmitter receiver with both 10 watt and 16 watt versions available, and it has some nice extra features. So it has dual watch on both the comm side and the nav side, so you can listen to the ATIS while still monitoring tower on the comm side, or you can find an intersection by actually monitoring two VORs or a VOR and localizer at the same time. It drives all of the typical legacy instruments, especially all of those BendixKing instruments that are out there, or any of the other HSIs, all the way up to the more modern stuff, the Aspens and things like that. So it's a genuine retrofit or replacement for older equipment that really a lot of that is coming to the end of its life. It is going to be available in the first quarter of next year, selling price around $31.95 US. We're getting to a position now where you can have a complete stack or a complete installation in your aircraft using Trig products. We think that's important. People want to know that stuff's going to work together, that it's going to play well, and that it's going to integrate. At the same time, we can be used in retrofit environments with lots of third-party product. So a mixture of different kinds of equipment. Other things we've been working on include refining our GPS solutions for the experimental guys for the ADS-B out. So for ADS-B out, you really do need a level of certification on both the position source and the thing you transmit with. There's lots of Trig transponders out there, and we've been working to make our solution, which is a little thing called a TN72 GPS, compatible with those devices, and that's now something that's shipping, gives you 2020 compliance for a really attractive price. One thing that we've done here at Oshkosh is we've done bundle pricing to put together things that are commonly bought together, things like the transponder, GPS position source, antenna, and kit that puts it all together, all packaged up as a bundle for around $2,800.
The Delta Hawk diesel program not only seems to be back on track, but is getting ready to start putting production engines in the field. A&N's Jim Campbell checks out this innovative Jet A fueled engine program on the opening day of Oshkosh 2018.
We spent the last year really thoroughly testing our engine, which we believe was releasable. We think it was certifiable as is, but it didn't meet our standards. History has shown that something that's released and certified doesn't necessarily also make it to meet market expectations. You can still have problems. So I'm proud to say our standards are higher than what the regulations require. Well, this last year, as I said, we've thoroughly beat up the engine, torture tested it, and found a few things that we just thought we needed to improve. So this year, anybody who's seen our engine before will see changes. We've changed the head design. We've made better cold weather starting, more fuel efficient, changed exhaust systems, changed structure of the engine, a number of things to really make it an engine we think the market's going to love, while reducing weight and reducing cost. Can expect about 40% better fuel efficiency than a gasoline engine, higher altitude performance, but most importantly, less maintenance. There's just less things to work on and have to fix. If you do have to, you can work on it with wrenches. It doesn't have a lot of sophisticated electronics and so forth. The other thing from a reliability standpoint is we have redundancies built into our induction systems, our air systems, our fuel systems, and our cooling systems. So you can even have failures of all different systems and the engine will still fly. Now we'd of course expect you to go land, but at least you're landing at an airport, not at a cornfield. I would say confidently we will be releasing this thing in 2019. By the end of 2018, we'll be in the position to release pricing and production dates and so forth. So we are truly getting, we think, very close.
BendixKing is back in the news and has a new glass panel for the experimental market to show off at Oshkosh called XView Touch, and is getting a lot of attention here at Whitman Field.
In BendixKing, we have a lot of new products this year, including an entry into the experimental market with our XView Touch displays. So we're able to offer the innovation and the software technology across a lot of different markets and different customer segments. So experimental, certified, and now into larger and larger aircraft, including some of the new wins that we announced this morning around some regional aircraft as well. We're really excited about bringing the technology to much wider markets, and so that experimental market being much more cost-effective, but then also for the general aviation and certified markets, taking that very cost-effective hardware, coupling it with very innovative software. And we're able to reuse software across multiple Honeywell technologies, taking things from our business aviation or air transport class aircraft and being able to pull that software into the general aviation space. It's really exciting. We're bringing innovative flight management technologies, innovative display technologies, charts, maps, and synthetic vision technologies that we're able to pull cost effectively from other parts of our business and other parts of the Honeywell technology. We're also coupling that with connectivity, which is really exciting, taking the connectivity theme that Honeywell has across connecting the entire aircraft and connecting the aircraft ecosystems together. So we're able to take technology from satellite communications, meld that with the avionics and even with handheld devices to provide worldwide global connectivity for general aviation aircraft. We're really excited that we're here at the show with these brand new products, and it's been a long time coming for BendixKing. The products are here now, they're certified, they're in the market, and we're really excited to see the great customer reception we're having here at the show.
After the break, A&N boss Jim Campbell has a frank discussion with EAA boss Jack Pelton about the status of ATC privatization battle. You're watching Airborne Unlimited on Aero-TV.
Continental Motors Group. Manned and unmanned, Continental has been a pivotal part of aviation and aerospace history and wants to be a part of your mission. Gas or diesel, certified or experimental, Continental is investing in your future. www.continentalmotors.aero.
Hello, fellow pilots. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
Well, we're having a great time at AirVenture as usual, and you can join in on the celebration no matter where you are.
That's because King Schools is having the biggest sale of the year, and you can get 22% off on all King products when you use the code PropWash18 when you call in or check out at kingschools.com.
Join us.
Trig Avionics is proud to announce the new 1.3-inch slimline TX56A and TX57A Navcom, featuring a high-resolution display with the graphical CDI, configurable memory, two-play stereo intercom, and a built-in VOR LOC converter. The TX56A will enhance your navigation and communication through all phases of flight.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back to Airborne Unlimited on Aero-TV. Coming to you this week from AirVenture 2018 in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Today, in part one of our annual interview with EAA's Jack Pelton, Jack and Jim talk about ATC privatization, what we've learned so far, and what the national airspace system may look like in the future.
We've had a couple interesting battles over the last year. Privatization came and went, came and went, came and went, showed up, and we just don't know when it's going to show up again. People seem to think that this is something that's going to keep popping up. There are other issues as well. How, first of all, is EAA doing right now, and how do you see yourself positioning the organization for the future?
Let's go back and say you said came and went. There's still one more went that needs to happen. So we're anxiously waiting for the Senate to get their bill to the floor. We've heard possibly as early as next week, as late as sometime after the August recess. We have to get that behind us to assure that we have 5 years of no privatization. So we never want to declare victory until it's really completely done. So that's been foremost a big issue for us. One of the things we are hearing is that as a general aviation community, are there some things that we would in fact consider? And I think we're going to have to get outside help to figure that out, because it's more than just the architecture and structure of ATC. A lot of it gets into policy issues, which I think this whole thing, the reason we got diverted in this direction was around funding. And can we kind of restructure and relook at a funding scheme that takes the argument off the table that there won't be funds to modernize, that there won't be funds to operate the system economically. And part of that is they need some sort of capital fund that allows you to put the infrastructure in place. We have the two appropriations in the trust fund today, but do they need some long-term capital or bonding structure that might allow that to happen? Now, the fear there is you got to pay that back, and so what's the structure for paying it back? So a lot of, I think, some real deep thinking is going to have to go into this.
And of course, the big question is, what kind of airspace environment are we going to have over the next 5 years with the growth in unmanned technologies and the offshoot to all those technologies? Because the one thing that's pretty certain is that we're heading for some pretty substantial change.
Yeah, I think that probably the near-term battle before you ever get into full privatization will be over the next 5 years how they carve up the airspace. To your point, with the drones coming on board and the Uber lifts and those kinds of technology and innovations, along with it, the fact the airlines are growing at a staggering rates. When you hear these backlog numbers and every flight that's being flown is at capacity, there's going to be a lot of airspace issues in general. Probably the only dampening factor for the airlines is there's not going to be enough asphalt, so that will control how many flights can be made. The drone piece of it, the early fights right now, as you're hearing the FAA make comments about we've got to find a way to do that, yet at the Uber Elevate conference, they were asking for corridors into major airports, and the FAA saying, no, that's not going to happen. It's everybody's got to find a way to play in the airspace together. And then there's a whole new bunch of players in that argument that we've never had before, like Homeland Security and Department of Defense, and who are looking at all of these various things that can be put in the sky that don't have the same controls of a licensed N number registered ADS-B out signal with a pilot that is known. So it's going to be some tough times ahead of us.
Well, one of the things that excites me about it, though, and one of the things that's been big advantage from our standpoint in working with AMA and AUVSI and a number of others is we're seeing the individual technologies that are going into these new designs and new concepts. And a lot of this stuff can be so readily adapted to the airplanes of the future. That's the part that really excites me.
That part excites me also. I look at these flight control systems and think that at some point there's no excuse for somebody to have a stall spin accident if all of these lower cost technologies can be applied. You know, we're working with AMA also. One of the things that as an AA member and RC flyer myself, I really hope that we can go back and find a way to protect the flying fields. It seems like we gave that up in trying to integrate drones into the system, and I'm very concerned that as a hobby that our young Eagles hopefully will get more involved in, that those sites are going to go away because of some of the new regulatory one-size-fits-all approach to it, versus we have known flying sites that are registered with airplanes that are flying under 400 feet. They're on the map. I mean, all of those other agencies can go out there and monitor them, and we got to make sure we don't lose those.
Tomorrow, Jack and Jim will discuss what may turn out to be EAA's secret weapon for the future of aviation. And you'd be surprised to find out what EAA thinks it is. Well, that's our program for today. We'll be back tomorrow with a look at the day's events from EAA AirVenture 2018 at Whitman Regional Airport in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I'm Laura Hudson. Thanks for watching. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. We'll see you tomorrow.